Hi, Crystal. Okay, so today's exciting because we're going to do Debussy, because why not? I was playing through this, and this is less difficult than I thought it was when I looked at it, um, which is good because, like I was saying, we should probably have something that's a little bit less difficult than, the than the Chopin. Anyway, this is pretty good. Although reading it is a little bit difficult, but I think the most important thing here is don't worry too much about the like exact rhythms like this here. Also, I told you that this wasn't really a polyrhythm, but I'm gonna change my opinion on it. This is definitely a polyrhythm. The more I thought about it, yeah. So this 3 on 4. Oops, let me see if I can get it back to normal size. There we go. That's better. Okay. But anyway, the most important thing is don't worry too much about being precise with the rhythms or anything. Even professional classical pianists take a lot of liberties with this stuff. Like if you listen to 2 different recordings of this piece, they'll probably be very, very different. So yeah. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that you play, I think you said you play on a keyboard at home, right? Which probably doesn't have the 3 pedals, but if it does, you might want to consider using the leftmost pedal, which is the soft pedal. Because a lot of Debussy is very soft, especially this one. This one is pianissimo, right? So it's incredibly soft. Anyway, so I'm going to be using the left pedal just to kind of help bring the volume down. Now, you had also asked about this one whole note here and that you couldn't hear that in other recordings of it. So either this manuscript is wrong or it's entirely possible that just classical pianists have missed that. They are human after all, even though they're also gods in a musical sense. And you'd be surprised how often stuff like that happens where they just simply miss what it is. So it would be hard to know exactly what to do there without going back and checking Debussy's original handwritten manuscript, but that's actually possible. Maybe we could look into that sometime. But for now, just while the clock's ticking on the video, I'll set that aside. Okay. So we've played a little bit of it. I'm actually going to scoot my bench over a little bit, but not too much because you are going to play kind of low. But 2 treble clefs to begin, right? We're in the key of, it's hard to say. I would say we're in F major. It could also be D minor, but I'm going to say F major. So let's actually just start with the F major scale. It's going to be all the white notes except for B. You probably know this one already though. So it's going to be F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. Right hand is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And left hand is the usual fingering, so it's just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. But yeah, just make sure that you're catching that B flat and there's no other black notes. So it should look something like this. Oops, oh my god. Sorry, I was looking at the phone for a second and there was a that was funny. Okay, here we go. So that's going to be the F scale right there. Okay, so here we go. Starting with B flat. We've done the beginning, I believe, but we're going to go B flat, C, D, G. Now, this is supposed to be very expressive, as you can see by the marking très expressif. Those French people. No, seriously though, it's going to be really expressive, which means you can take a lot of liberties here with the timing. You don't have to be, like a metronome. I've never actually seen this tray like DOUX marking before. I kind of want to look into that. Actually, why don't I just... Oh, I can't because my phone is recording, that's why. Well, I can look on the iPad, actually. It's a good idea to look this stuff up, actually. So you can type like, whatever it's written, and then make sure you put music definition after, because if you just type, whatever the words are and then go to translate, it might be a non-musical definition and it might mean something totally different in music. So when I look this up, trade do, I don't know, music definition, we get French, very gentle or soft. So basically he wants this to be very gentle and soft, and it's pianissimo, so it's already very quiet and very expressive. So basically a bunch of Debussy buzzwords is what we're looking at here. Perhaps unsurprisingly, as it is Debussy. So that means you can, if you want, you can go. So you can see that I'm not following a metronome at all. If I followed like a metronomic kind of feel, it would just go. which is not super expressive, so definitely play around with the timing a little bit. And also the volume, right? You can, even though it says to be very quiet, you can make some things louder. Like that. Now, I'm really glad that I looked this up, or that I mean, I knew about the expressive thing, but I guess the expressive thing is the most important part, because otherwise I probably would have played it like this. But now that I've seen that, I'm gonna make it, make it my own, essentially. Anyway, so yeah, whatever little comments the composers write can make a great deal of difference. Just keeping that in mind. So, okay, so I think probably what makes sense is the left hand you can already do. I don't think we've gone over the right hand, but the right hand is going to have the melody here. So it's a good idea to make sure you're very comfortable with the right hand by itself before you put the hands together. So starting from here, right, we have So let's just start with that, right? So you want to play that enough times that it's fully memorized and that you can like hum along to it. So if we were counting, we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this quarter note triplet, basically all this means is if you see a 3 above, three notes like that, it means these 3 notes are going to be played in the time it normally takes you to play 2 of them. So normally we would play 2 quarters, but here we're going to try to fit 3 notes into the space of 2 quarters. So that means over the course of 2 beats, we need to fit 3 notes evenly. So you can just think of it like if if these are, quarter notes, well, if these are half notes, 1, 2, 1, 2, this is what you're splitting into 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter a whole bunch as long as the E is played on beat 1, and then this D over here is played on beat 3. As long as that's the case and you fit these in somewhere in the middle, then you're pretty much good. It doesn't matter too much. Like officially, this rhythm is played like this. So. But even if you go, even that would be fine actually. Doesn't matter a whole bunch, you can go, as long as it sounds good to you, that's the important thing, because this is très expressif, right? Very expressive. So don't worry too much about that. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna play the melody one more time, kind of counting. So you want to be able to count and play the melody, basically is what I'm getting at. So ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So do that at least like 10 times in a row without any mistakes, something like that. And if you need more time than that, then definitely take it because it's worth doing. The reason for that is that it's going to be awkward to put the hands together, and you don't want to be thinking about both hands. You want to just be feeling both hands, if that makes sense. Like you want to just do it by muscle memory and not by sheer, level 2 thinking, or I forget if it's level 1 or level 2. That's the more intense one. But you want it to be like second nature when you put the hands together. So as long as you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then same thing with the right hand, then you can start to put them together. So. Yeah, so there we go. Now, the left hand is going to keep this pattern going. Right? It starts on a note. It goes up a second, up a second, up a fourth. So da 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 da, and then it goes backwards through those same notes. Da, so da, up a second, up a fourth, and then back down the way we came. And it's going to do that same thing right here. So you can see that it moves to A. Just make sure you don't forget that this is treble clef in the left hand all the way up to here. You can see they sneak a bass clef in right here to let you know the clef is changing. So next one is going to be on A. So as long as you stay in the scale and you keep that pattern going within the scale, you'll be good. So starting on A, right, we can go A and then up a second, up a fourth, and then back down the way we came. Da, 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 ba, ba, da, da. So da, ba, da, ba, ba, da, 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 ba, ba, da, da. And then, believe it or not, same thing, starting on G. Da, 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 ba, ba, da, da. Now I'm just doing it where I just keep these same fingers. I just go 5, 4, 3, 1, and then I just hop my pinky down. I would honestly recommend that because you're using the pedal anyway. You don't need to like complicate the fingers too much by switching them around to land on, you know, just keep it 5, 4, 3, 1, and then same thing here, 5, 4, 3, 1, 5, 4, 3, 1. So make sure that you can go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then land on low F right here. This is F2, I think? Yeah, F2. Okay, let me just check the time. Okay, good. Got a couple more minutes here. So yeah, don't even put the hands together until you can do that. Even better if you can do it counting out loud like I just did. You don't have to count the 1 and 2 end necessarily. We can kind of start to get away from that a little bit, but you still want to be able to count the quarters. Okay. So yeah, when you do this triplet thing, it's going to be weird because right hand plays on beat 1, but left hand is just holding the same note from previously on beat 1. So you're going to have this sort of a thing. Yeah, just make sure this C and E happen somewhere. Somewhere in here. If you want to get really technical, this C right here in the right hand, that's part of the triplet, that C should come right after this C in the left hand. Not at the same time, but right after, so something like this. You see that? And then this E should come right before the G. So again, not at the same time, but right before. So in slow motion, it's... So you can see E, G, E, G quickly, right? So C, C, E, G, E, C, C, E, G. Like that. Okay. Oops. Let me see what else we can tackle here. I'm just reading through the music for a second, trying to make sure. I wonder if my head was in it now. Okay. I think that would be a good stopping place right there just for the recorded lesson, to get from here all the way to that F, which is right there. But yeah, so basically, make sure you can do each hand separately before you put them together. See if you can count quarters while you do that, except for maybe on the triplet, because that's a little wonky. But yeah, and then so I'm just going to play it one last time from the top to right there. So the things I'm keeping in mind are it's pianissimo, right? 2 P's, so very, very quiet as possible. And I'm going to use the soft pedal. That's why you can see the keys move when I press down. What else? So it's pianissimo, and then in French they wrote very soft in addition to that, and very expressive. So those are the things I'm keeping in mind here. So nothing needs to be exact, it just needs to sound beautiful. So here we go. can see the right hand ends up on A, and the left hand is playing F. Oh my god, do I have to adjust the pedal again? I keep doing it, and it keeps... Interesting. Okay. Anyway, I'll adjust that. But yeah, okay. I hope to see you soon. I would love to work on this stuff in person, and I hope you're, you know, healing up really well. I had a surgery a couple of years ago, and it was the recovery was not fun. So I hope you're having a better recovery than I did. But yeah, take care. See you soon.